There are those that just want to be left alone, and those that just won't leave them alone. Which one are you? The Ernest Hancock Show.
Welcome back to Declare Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock, and my daughter producer, Sierra Hancock. And you know, we're just going to take this day after Thanksgiving, we're just going to chill here a little bit and share some time with you. And I wanted to make sure that we got a perspective from, I'm sure my family is not much different than yours. You know, the sources of information that penetrate a family comes from a lot of different directions. There's the crazy uncle. You know, there's the whacked out cousin. There's the, known professional de la, just got to plug into what's going on guy over kind of, puts into the family. How do you do this? I'll give you an example. What I've learned over the decades of activism and so on is I never, just hammered a crap out of family members. I'll let them know what's going on or where to go find information or what my opinion is and, a 23-point-second thing. And then they always ask questions. And I remember my kids, when they would bring friends over from high school, so on, their friends would start, well, Mr. Hancock, what do you think about? And my sons would physically jump on them on the couch, start beating the crap out of them. I told you, you never asked my dad a question. And they had the abort button. Oh, yeah. Sierra, go ahead and tell them about the abort button. What's the abort button?
It's not like it worked anyway, but it was on one of his shoulders, and you had 10 seconds to push it before he started going on, but it never worked anyway, so.
No, yes, it did.
You would give us the 3-minute version.
Which turned into what?
3 hours.
So my kids they'd ask me a question, and I would sit there. This is how it would go. Yeah, well, how come about that? And I would stand there and be quiet for a little while, and I'd give them 10 seconds. I'd just kind of meander like I didn't hear him or something, and then they'd go, hit the abort button, hit the abort. They had to hit me on the shoulder to stop me, because if they didn't get me in the 10 seconds, here it came.
Yeah, but you always ran away from us, so we wouldn't be able to get you.
I was always made sure that they got, the information I thought was important to them. But the thing is that they don't want to hear it, and it doesn't relate to them. They don't care. They're busy. So we didn't really my wife and I, we didn't push them to get active or do anything. It was just the only time when they were little kids, they knew it was election season because we'd always do mailings or folding of something, and we'd bribe them with movies and pizza, and we'd sit around because we had the Hancock family. When you have 4 kids, you can get some stuff done. There's 6 people rocking and rolling and whatnot, you can get a lot of stuff done. And a lot of this kind of rubbed off on them. They got the main thing, or those that just want to be left alone and those that just won't leave them alone. I mean, it's really not more complicated than that. If you can instill that, you're good. The problem that people have with family members, certainly around this time of year, from Thanksgiving to Christmas, and this is why I wanted to bring this up today, is that if you're just hammering on them, you're trying to get agreement, you're going to find resistance. There's always somebody that's all they do is they live on Fox News, and they just, I have this with my in-laws and family. I would never get into it. I just let them know what my opinion is and why. And 20 seconds, and I'm done. And they go on with their thing. I go, it's just, when you got questions, time will come, let me know. Well, I have my brother-in-law that is the Department of Defense. I mean, he's refurbing nuclear submarines kind of thing. I mean, he spent 6 years on the Dallas and a nuclear submarine doing the nuke stuff, and then he went and got his engineering degree at Penn State University. I mean, he Fox News. Well, what happened was, all of a sudden, it's a year, 2, 3 years later, all of a sudden he's going, yep, a registered libertarian. Of course, my response is, you're still voting? But he became a big Dr. Paul fan, and so this stuff evolves. And my other brother-in-law is a bond raider at Moody's in New York City. So you can imagine the conversations we have. As time goes on, circumstances will always bring them around. What happens is the mistake that a lot of people that are awakened, they understand what's coming and they got a lot of ammo on their side. They overwhelm people with this information. And what happens? They get out their little shovel and they start digging deeper. They get their foxhole. They get down in it. They start placing, every time you bring up something, they put up another sandbag. And they get so invested in their perspective that they never get out until it's too late. I love my family. I love my friends. I love everybody. So this is why I always look. I don't want you to agree with me. That's not my goal. My goal is to make sure that you understand why I am so convinced. I'm not going to convince you. Circumstances do that. Government's my best recruiter. They just keep doing stupid stuff, and I just keep pointing it out. It's like you key the ship of state as it sinks beneath the waves. You're just having fun with it and so on. Did everybody see what's going on? You see how this works? Do you understand? Yes, people will. Can't not. Things are going to get really bad. Got chickens. Yep. I mean, we try and set an example. So yeah. What do you think about our chickens? I mean, you guys are always getting the eggs, man.
I don't touch them. I go outside with a broom so they don't touch me.
Yeah, I kind of got this bird thing too, but I've learned they're a good addition, and everybody wants mom's eggs, don't they?
Yeah, I love the eggs. At first, it was weird eating them. I don't know, just because it's the pet kind of thing.
Because they're brown.
Yeah, well, no, but I mean, even when you buy brown eggs at the store and stuff, they still don't taste the same. It's just different. I don't know what it is, but... Well,
the yolks are higher, they're firmer, they're healthier. We put they get fed well. They're not, all cooped up. They get to run around the backyard and play with Harvey, our dog. We have a little toy poodle that we kind of inherited from my son. And so they are a healthy part of our diet. They are, a very welcome addition to our family because, they're not that close. I mean, we might have to eat them one of these days, and we're going to start getting some more. You rotate them. I guess they're only productive for so many years. But this has been a very good... I remember when you guys were little and we moved, into the home on Montebello up there, what we had done is we planned a garden. You guys remember that? Why did we do that?
I don't remember. I remember Mom planning it, but I don't remember why.
Well, so you guys even knew what real food was. See, that's one thing that we did. My wife and I, we just, it was also for us, that we would understand how to grow. I mean, because it doesn't matter what the package says. Planting season in Phoenix isn't the same as Iowa. I guarantee you that. Heck, our winter is their summer, Well, not that bad, but it's definitely different. So what we did is we planted a garden for the educational aspect of it, just so our children knew what a real bell pepper was supposed to taste like. I mean, that you could take tomatoes off the vine and eat them like an apple. I mean, just so they knew. We'd have complete salads, broccoli and lettuce and greens and spinach. I mean, even the things that you say, oh, I don't want to eat spinach, they taste great when they come fresh out of the garden. So we would really supplement our diets with this. Was it cheaper and less effort for us just to go buy it and so on? Probably. But that wasn't the point. It was for education. It was for our children to pick up these skills, to get their hands dirty, to smell the dirt, so that we could, survive into the future. These are the kind of things that I'm hoping that you take on. And a lot of the people that are listening to this, the love evolutionaries, the people that are part of the freedom community, it's more than just being able to talk about and advocate for the freedom to be able to grow things. It's actually knowing how to do it. This is what I fear is coming on along with this, S510 legislation and so on. Because think about it. We could get right now, and land's still getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. I don't know how free you're going to be able to sustain yourself on your own land. I mean, there's always going to tax it out from under you, they're going to do whatever. But if you are able to produce more food than you can consume, well, there's a cash crop. There is an ability for you, when people need it the most, to be able to sell and sustain yourself and trade what you produce for other things. Okay? We're going to make that illegal. I mean, just by watching what government does, they don't like you being independent. You have to be dependent on them. And the best way to do that is for you to not be independent. Well, we're going to do our best for it's not me they got to worry about. It's my children. It's Generation Next. You be part of Generation Next, where the only way you can be independent, declare your independence, is not be dependent. Think about it. We'll be right back here on Declare Your Independence in just a little bit.